planning on going on a trip for this couple of weeks or months, or probably going to go on a holiday in December. In this video, I'll be helping you look at the common mistakes that travelers do when they are traveling so that you can save money, you can save yourself the stress, and you can actually enjoy the trip that you are taking. After this. Welcome back. So, y'all, I pretty much believe like most of us when we travel, we hardly take care of what we are traveling. We're just looking on having fun and spending money and being stress free. But we always forget that when you're traveling, whether it's in or out of the country, international, nationally, locally, we need to look at certain things so that when we are there, you're not stressed about being there, you know. um, Probably going to a foreign country, the currency is not so good compared to your country. Your bank account cannot even go there, like to that lifestyle of that particular place you want to go there. I mean, like, sure, everything looks good on pictures and videos, but behind the scenes, do you ever get the clue or an idea of like, where how did these people actually change their currency? Did they have a plan? How did they know that this was the right time to travel to that particular country? How many credit cards did they have? Rewards? What app did they use? Who assisted them, or how did they assist themselves? So we want to look at those common mistakes that we make as travelers or those who want to travel in the future. Look for when you plan on going on a trip. Right, let's go into number one. So number one, not having a travel savings plan. Like, when you're traveling somewhere, you need to have like at least like a, maybe, whether a container or you put it in the bank account, where that I'm gonna save up money for me to go to a particular place. It can be another country, another province, or just locally has hotels around you, or any other place which is really nice and you just wanna go there for relaxation. You need to save up money for that. It avoids so many unnecessary expenses and costs, because you might find yourself traveling and then you find that, no man, there is hidden costs. Like, some areas when you go there, they'll be like, we need like an upfront 1,000 rand for any damages that might occur while you're here. And then when you just saved up for the booking and didn't save up for any other expenses that come with applying there, like to stay there for those particular days, for booking, in fact, booking, not applying at that particular place. So those are the type of things that you need to look at, because you might find yourself not enjoying the whole time you're there because you did not save accordingly. You need to save and have a little bit extra, for unexpected costs. Maybe you lose something, maybe they don't use the particular card that you're using, or let me just say, things might be more expensive than when you had home. Maybe you booked a self-catering hotel and you find that you left certain food, or you booked and you find that the meals are above the expected amount for you to have dinner there, breakfast there. You thought maybe it wasn't part of the package, maybe it wasn't. So you need to have a savings plan for whenever you're traveling for unexpected costs or any other hidden costs. The other one is ignoring your data plan restrictions. Now, this is for usually when you're going another country, where you find that they have higher charges for your data, higher charges for your airtime, Now your data and your airtime is out, it's finished on time, it's done like within a day, because you find that you don't understand how maybe Vodacom, MTN, CLC, Telecom work. Like when you are another country, they don't work the same when you're in your country. So you need to know when you have a data plan, when you go to another country, what implication cost comes with it. If you're within South Africa, within your own country, probably might be okay, but it's when you're going outside the province that you need to understand that, will my SIM card work in this particular area, and if it does, will my data be consumed the same rate that it when I use it in my own country, so that you don't find yourself paying for more data when you come back. If especially if you're on contract, you're paying more than you should, when you could have just understood, okay, I need to know this is what's gonna affect me, or what am I gonna pay whenever I leave my area. Right? Good. Now we went to another one. The other one is exchanging money at the airport. Guys, I feel like when you go and do things in another area besides your bank, you're more likely to pay more than when you did it in your own bank. So if you're going to maybe Zimbabwe, Mozambique, or even Lesotho or Swaziland, the currency that they use there might be different from the one we're doing in South Africa. So it is always a good idea for you to go to the bank and check on how can I change my current money to, or my current, use my the current currency I have to fit in the currency in the country that I'm going to, so that I use the money that's in there on a proper currency. Remember, always check on the news on how the currencies are in different countries, so that you don't find yourself having to have lost completely a lot of money because you do not understand how currencies work. Because you find that when you go into a country where our currency is higher and theirs are lowest, and you find others that are higher than ours and ours is lowest, it depends. But always make sure that you understand what currency is, and always know when is the best time to travel in those countries, and looking at the currency of our country, so that you make sure that it's either you enjoy more at a lesser price, or you're just gonna spend more money, and you could have just waited from the time when the currencies were a bit, ours were better and theirs were, or ours was better than this was. I don't know. It depends on that. We need to make sure that you know that, so that you enjoy and you don't spend more than you should. Right? Now let's go to another one that most people who are traveling is traveling without a budget. Remember, like I said in the beginning, always have a savings plan for all the hidden costs. Same thing, don't just travel because you just want to feel like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm just gonna book a hotel, have a Uber, then I'm out. That is literally setting yourself for a destructive financial failure. And if you have money to spend, sure, travel without looking at the budget, but you're gonna find yourself that you overspend where you could have saved a lot more and enjoyed a lot more, and probably just make sure you are able to compare certain things. Don't just spend for it, right? So make sure you travel with a budget. Look, okay, I paid this for my accommodation, this is expected costs, hidden costs that I might encounter, this is the money that I have for dinner, breakfast, and all that, this is the money I have for transport, this is the money I have to buy any accessories while I'm there, this is the money I have in case there is a flight problem or a transport problem, or a delayed flight, or I might have missed my flight while I'm there and I need to come back home. You need to look at those type of things when you draw up a budget, and also have a savings plan for when you travel. Guys, remember, there's some places, some airports, they do ask you to pay extra for your luggage. So especially if your luggage is really heavy or is a lot, So always also consider those type of things when you're doing your budget. The other thing, traveling without a plan to find freebies. That's the thing, when you book in a place and be like, you know, you're not thinking that you probably might actually not even find a freebie. When some people, they travel and they expect to hit heights, or they're expecting somebody to just be like, you know what, I'm just going to South Africa to explore South Africa, but literally you don't even know the first place to book for your hotel. You don't know which transport to use. So expecting somebody with a good heart to be like, no, you can stay at my house until you figure something out to go back to your country, that is so wrong. So wrong, guys. That is so wrong, especially when you're a tourist in another country. You need to know where you need to go. You can find an agency for yourself if you need it, but don't do that, because there's many people who go out there and say, I'm from a particular country Z, and I'm here to evaluate and see the country here, and then expecting to get free spices or free African dresses, stuff like that. You're more likely not to get it, especially in this currency. People expect you can take a picture with it, but they're more likely not to give it to you to get for yourself. It doesn't work like that. So now let's get into another one, not knowing transport options. I remember there was a time where I wanted to book an accommodation to the Blade, and I didn't have my car then, and they were striking. I was expecting to use a bus and a train at that time, but I couldn't use a taxi. I couldn't go to the train station even if I were to avoid the taxi strike. But there was nothing for me, and I was so scared that all the amount that I paid, that whole amount that I paid for the accommodation, was gonna go to waste because I couldn't find a transport to take me there. Regardless of whether there's numerous cars, there's some issues, family issues there, but I did not discover that there's a possibility that if I ever do this, there's no transport for us to come back. To get it, I was like, nah, something was off. So I had to learn that even when you're going to somewhere, you need to make sure that you have a standard transport, just for in case of any issues of taxi striking or balls are striking. You need to make sure that you have then again, you need to have a backup. So you also need to know that when you go to other countries, you need to research on what types of transports they have, how much they cost, what in prices comes with having to book at last minute. You need to know all type of things, and you need to know where those transports you can get them while you're there. Just like, for example, maybe you missed a flight, or maybe a flight was delayed. You need to know all those type of things, that whenever I'm traveling to a particular place, I need to know the options I can use. I mean, have you ever seen with Poppy Sibia? She generally doesn't, most of the time she doesn't use a plane. If she has ever used a plane, she uses road transport to travel between countries. Imagine being in a full taxi or a bajaj, traveling between South Africa to Namibia. The heat, the discomfort, hell. So you also need to look at what transport is good for you, and are you willing to take that type of adventure to your area. And if you are, make sure you know how much it costs and how long it's gonna take you to get there, especially if you have certain places to be when you go there. Nah? Great. Forgetting about your bills back at home. Just because you're going on a vacation doesn't mean your life back at home stops. Your life still continues. So remember that you traveling doesn't mean that you don't have any bills to pay, or your bills will understand that you had to travel, so no, you'll pay us next month. No, you have to pay your bills back at home as much as you have to pay the bills that you booked for. right? Yes, you can cancel, but there are cancellation fees as well. But you need to remember that your life still continues, right? Don't just travel and be like, I'm angry, I just want to go. If you have the money, baby, you don't even have to be listening to the whole video. Just book and go to Dubai. Allah, Habibi, just go. There's no need for you to be listening to this. But if you know that you're living on a tight budget and you want to travel, remember that you need to make sure the bills at home should be paid while you had to deal with other bills that comes with happiness, so that you can enjoy your trip while you are there. Good, 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 good. Just because they say blacklisting gets away after 5 or 10 years doesn't mean you need to get yourself blacklisted. You get me? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Pay your bills so you all get good. Now, you need to remember that in life you all need to know we all have travel insurance. Né? I'm not really sure on which type of travel insurances they are in. I think that is a research for another day. I will try to make a video on travel insurance that you should have whenever you're traveling to particular places, because healthcare in different countries are different and they pay differently, and you find that your medical aid might not cover you in another country, or it does not cover certain rates that apply in a particular country. So you need to know on the travel fees that you have that you need to pay for your healthcare, your accidents. I mean, imagine you're on a ship and then you happen to you fell into the water, and what insurance do you have? Again, another thing about your car, you need to make sure that you have a plan, a several insurance, that if your car gets stolen in another country or gets in an accident in another country, or stolen, or certain parts are stolen in another country, you have insurance that you're able to recover that as you were traveling in another country. I'm pretty much sure if you check your car insurance, they might have some information about that, and I feel like people should read that or revisit it to make sure that when you're traveling to another country, especially with your car or your luggage, whatever, that you're able to get everything that you lost and recover it while you were traveling. So just make sure that you have an insurance for traveling, especially if you're a regular traveler or a first-time traveler. You don't know things, so you need to make sure that you're able to recover what you go through. And if you're a regular, you're more likely to encounter issues everywhere. Accidents happen everywhere, and we all need to know that. So make sure that you have an travel insurance plan. In the meanwhile, you can Google them yourself and check where you can find certain travel insurance, but just be safe out there when traveling to other countries. Another one is choosing the wrong rewards credit card, or just not even paying attention to your rewards, right? There's some people, they get rewards maybe when you swipe and then say you have 1,000 rand to travel to a particular place, or you get a discount for traveling, or you get rewarded of an extra 200 rand when you're traveling, which I usually I still get because I travel a lot. So I would get probably a reward of maybe 500, if not more, where it cuts off my maybe if I book something for like 5,000 rand for 2 nights, it would discount me for 1,000 rand, if not more. So sometimes people don't get it, right? It will say if you book an accommodation for 8,000 rand, we will cut off an approximate of 20% of budget. Some people be like, I'm gonna get that money. No, you're not getting the money. It just discounts you a certain amount, and that when you book for another accommodation or another place, that amount that they said they will discount you on, they're gonna take it out on the next one. That means you need to book again. You're not gonna get the money strictly back to your bank account. It's gonna minus it for the next time you book a place and you need to go there. It will minus it there. So you need to read and understand what is going on, and making sure that you have a proper reward credit card. It's choosing the right card for you, and depending on what you earn, right? Obviously when you earn more, you're probably going to get more benefits. If you earn less, you get according to what you earn. So make sure you know what rewards you get, and you probably got on the right points. And then the other one is literally your luggage, guys. Make sure that you have money, like I said, extra costs for your luggage. There's some people have to pay extra more luggage, especially if you purchase flight tickets. Sometimes when you use a particular car in a certain state or a certain country, you do pay for that luggage in that particular car. It depends on where you're at. So you need to pay extra for your luggage. Make sure you are aware of that, people, because the people who have big luggage and they're not aware that they're gonna pay a lot for your luggage. Some, they don't care, they don't look at how many luggages you have. You just say luggage, no matter the size, that's how much. Some, they actually pay for each suitcase you have. So remember, keep on checking on the luggage and make sure you have enough. Don't take more than you should. I know we need to have pictures for Instagram, so we have to have a new outfit for every single photo you take, right? Then the other one is not checking the site details. I mean, deals, the deals site details, like looking at the discount you're gonna get. Like I said, I would get rewards for each accommodation up depending on the amount that I have, and looking at the particular place that I'll be going to. So you must look at how much you can save. You know, there's like, especially on booking.com, right? I don't know about Trivago, but I know on booking.com you get discounts where it says book before on a particular day and you get discounted of 1,000 something, and yeah, it probably minuses the payment for you, and also it reduces the price for you. So you need to look at those type of things. And because you find that you're going to a particular day, let's say they discount you until the 25th, and then you're going to on accommodation 28, and you decide to want to book on the 26th, just book on the 24th, right? And then said that you will pay on the 26th if you don't have the money before the 25th or on the 25th. Just book it and then pay on the 26th for you going on the 28th, so you can get your discount rather than paying a whole lot more than you could have just saved a lot of money. So always check the app or wherever you're booking for the details, especially accommodation. They'll be like, we have a Valentine's special, or a spring or summer, or a Mother's Day, or for couples. They always have this thing for couples or mothers and all that, so you can get really good discounts. Not knowing the hidden fees. Remember, like I said in the savings fund, always save money for the hidden costs, right? So that you don't have to pay more than you should. Save money and just make sure that you have more money, because people be like going in a certain place and then they have a strict budget that I'm paying this amount, so I'm sticking to this amount. It is going to affect you so much. You're gonna hate traveling. So always look for the hidden costs or save up for the hidden costs. Okay, I think travel insurance also does deal with that. If you have any hidden fees and you don't have money, it does help you on that one. Guys, the most popular one, getting scammed with holiday deals. You know, when you go on Instagram, there is like this advertisement that you pay 20,000 rand to go to Malawi. Guys, make sure those companies do exist, that agencies do exist, so that you don't find yourself paying 20,000 rand and then getting scammed by just an unknown person who just had a good advertising post. Do not get yourself, because there's a lot of people who get scammed because of that. And there's another one of booking.com. You need to also make sure that wherever you're booking, it is actually available, it does exist, the bank accounts are like that, just to make sure and just verify, because you find yourself that you booked the place that you booked only to find out that it's a fake account, or it's a fake room, just pictures from a random place. Because you find yourself, people are booking places like me, let's say the Blade or the Regency Hotel, like those places where there's hotels where a person buys a whole hotel and then goes on booking.com and rents it out. There are people who notice that actually works. So you find that I go there on a holiday, I take pictures of the room, and then I decide to create my own account on booking.com, and then I give them some details sounding so real, and then I advertise it on booking.com, only to find that I took those pictures when I was on vacation and decided to think of a plan of getting money. Guys, make sure that the places you're going, they do exist, they're either under the right name. Usually I prefer places where it already have reviews, right? And check with the hotel as well with all the details. Guys, make sure how verified is that, so that you know that you are not being scammed, bro. Imagine paying 20,000 only to find that you're not going to Malawi because somebody took this money away and used the fake poster, fake big details. Everything looks so legit, but it was actually so fake. Guys, be careful out there. Another one, overspending groceries is what I was saying. I have a budget, because you find yourself that you go there and you buy food that you don't need because you're on vacation. You're traveling to another place. But if you have money, guys, do it. But don't overspend on groceries, because there are cheaper places to buy groceries. Fine. I was like, when was it? I was in Sandton. I did not know of a lot of malls, so I just go to the smallest mall and to find that, oh my gosh, I could have just went to the proper mall and bought food at a cheaper price. Now I went to this bazaar shop or whatever, center shop, whatever, in Sandton, and the things were so expensive, but I bought them anyway because I needed the food. And I only realized that there was stores around, there was a mall I could go to. I just didn't know about it. That's why most times when you go on booking.com, by the way, this is not a sponsored video. I know I sound like I'm advocating for booking.com, but no, it's not. Booking.com does give you places to go, like nearby, including what shopping centers you can go to. So you can check on the shopping centers around the place that you're booking or the place that you're going, so that you know that wherever you're going, the place that you're going, you have village stores, and all the stores there are suitable for you to buy a particular type of goods that within your budget, right? So you don't have to buy more than you should. Remember that we are here to save. Girl, on a budget. In a country like South Africa, right, there's such a high crime, so always make sure that you check your pockets, right? So basically I'm saying that if you see a sign that says high hotspot for hijacking, drive with caution. Be very cautious where you stop. If there's no need for you to stop, don't stop. If you're walking in a mall, they tell you there's a lot of pocket picking, make sure your wallets are there to avoid finding that, oh my gosh, I have no whatsoever, my ID, my everything is gone, and now it's gonna be a problem, especially if you're in another country. You're not gonna come back home on time. because your pockets and everything could probably be stolen, and then your identity might be created within an hour you are there. So just make sure that when you go to a place where there's high crime, hijacking, pocket, just make sure that you are safe. Check your pockets and wallets all the time, right? Then let's go to another one. Guys, I was never informed of how important a VPN is. A VPN is very important, guys. Yo, that thing protects you from Wi-Fi's that seek information on certain people. You find yourself that you were connected to a particular Wi-Fi and you don't know that that person was able to get details of your bank account and everything, because some Wi-Fi's are used as a hacking system to get into your bank accounts, to get into everything of yours. So just make sure that wherever you're connecting your Wi-Fi, it's either a mall's Wi-Fi. It shouldn't just be a random Wi-Fi you encounter, because they can steal your data. I was also told that when you connect to a Wi-Fi and you put in your name and your details, they can call you and you're like, how did they get my numbers? It's because the details you placed in your Wi-Fi password, where they ask you your name and surname. If you have to lie on the details of a Wi-Fi, please do. Protect yourself at all costs. Guys, there's people who lost money and don't know how they lost it because of connecting on networks they do not know, or Wi-Fi's they do not know that this is a possible hack. You find and going, you thought it's a normal Wi-Fi, kind of somebody's Wi-Fi. They just named it of a particular building, and you connect to it, and all your details are stolen. Like the things that happen today with technology. So make sure that you have a VPN, guys. Get it. Like, it's really important. It protects you from unwanted hacking. Okay, so use that. And then another one is using a credit card with a foreign transaction fee. Guys, like I said, when it comes to money, guys, I feel like we really need to be cautious. You can't just be like, oh no, I'm traveling, so it doesn't matter, I'll deal with it. You need to know that, because currencies do change and they do affect your plans. So just make sure that you have a credit card with a foreign transaction fee, so that you know what you are paying for, rather than paying a higher percentage on things that you're buying in a different country. So, but however, there's a possibility. I do believe that there are transaction fees when you're using a foreign country. It depends on which bank you're using, from which country you're in. There's some they don't have a transaction fee with foreign transaction fees. So just make sure that your bank doesn't have no foreign transaction fees, so you don't have to get higher. You don't get to withdraw more or find yourself paying more fees than you should, especially if you're using your credit card. Be safe. Another one, not understanding the cost of living in a destination. I always ask myself that when a person goes there in another country, do they know how those people live in there? Like the prices of bread when you go there. When you come to South Africa, somebody tells that their bread in their country is 100 million naira. Like, in South Africa, how much is that? 100 million naira. Bread. So guys, you need to know that. Please, you need to know that. You need to know that when you're going to another country, there is a possibility that what you are paying is not equally the same as what they are paying. So just make sure that the currency, the cost of living, fits with your budget, so that you don't have to find yourself so overwhelmed. I'm like, what? Did I just pay 1 million naira for bread and just have sandwich? How much is the lettuce then if the bread is 100 million naira? So just do your research. Make sure you know where you're going. Like we had a, who was it? Gavinci, I think. I'm not sure. He went to perform there, and then I think it was in Ghana, and he threw money on top of people. People just look at them like. So just make sure that you're not throwing away money that you need when you come back home. Another one. Remember, keep your documents safe. There's a lot of people who will be ignoring the security of their documents, the security of their cards and the documents when you're going to another country. Make sure that you are not doing that to yourself, because you'll find that you are being played, in certain countries. I mean, the same way they can print money and you find that all the money that you're given to are fake money. Make sure that you don't put yourself in the position where you find yourself you have fake money, because you don't know the security codes on each notes, coins, and then you get arrested because you're providing counterfeit money and your documents are fake, and then they can actually see through that you have fake documents. So make sure that everything you have is legit and going to another country, and then the money that you have are actually the correct notes and coins, so that you don't find yourself being arrested for fraud things and you never knew that what you're doing was fraudulent. You thought that you were just getting the right coins and notes and you had your documents right. I find that no, you have been screwed. So make sure that you have the correct documents for that. Research tipping practice for your destinations. Right. We South Africans might not tip our own waitresses or our drivers and all that, but in other countries it's very important to tip somebody. So remember, know the practices of tipping in certain countries, because buying food and then you don't leave a tip might be something serious in that country, might be an offense. Just do your research about the cultural differences, the rules, the attires, because besides only tipping, dress codes also matter in certain areas. You will not wear what you're wearing in your country in another person's country, because that's not how they work. So just make sure that you understand the practices and the financial practices when you're traveling between countries. Okay? Yeah, so guys, remember, I'm gonna be ending at probably in the next few minutes. Okay, so now choosing your home currency, your home currency at the checkout. Now when you pay with your card, you get an option of paying with your home currency or your local currency. Always choose theirs. The conversion fees is not always high. Okay, so just it's an advice that they're giving you. Choose theirs unlike yours. Maybe it's because of conversion prices might be effectively negative to you, so just make a smarter choice by using theirs, because it might save you some unnecessary fees that you have to pay. And then not exchanging the leftover currency. You find yourself with a significant amount of foreignty and you have to change it back, so don't leave it to waste in your drawers. Spending all your souvenirs and dated items at the airport is also a waste of money. So you find that maybe you went to another country, like maybe we went to Zimbabwe. You changed your currency to the Zimbabwean currency, and then you went there and you find that you are left with money. And then you'll be like, no, let me buy a lot of things so that I finish up the money that I convert it into their currency, rather than they like taking the leftover money and convert it back to your country's currency. Guys, there's literally no need for you to just waste more money in that country. Convert it back. Just convert the leftover money so that the bills that you left, you're paying them off. Right? So guys, I'm pretty much sure that you are getting the sense of what you should do when you're traveling, especially in other countries, right? Because I know I always travel, I always have travel vlogs, so I thought I should just do this to help you all. So just make sure that you do what I'm telling you to do, guys. Just be safe, right? Then the last one is not weighing accommodation options, right? You say, I have a budget of 5,000 for accommodation. Look on how many accommodations you can find below 5,000. You might find that the best accommodation might be lower than the one that you're looking at first. So always like filter. Like when I use booking.com, I filter and be like, my budget is 5,000 and I need to have certain rooms, certain stuff. It will filter it for you. You just need to look at, you'll find that there will be like 20,000 or even just 20 accommodations. They're actually even cheaper than 5,000. You save more money, because people be like, the first accommodation that is 5,000, I'm going for it, or I just book that one good place for 5,000. You just take it and then you just waste money because you didn't weigh it out. So just weigh it out so that you can have money left for any other cost that might come. Great. So guys, that is all for me when it comes to the common mistakes that people do when they're traveling and how to resolve it, right? And how to prevent it. So make sure that you write this down for your next trip so that you don't find yourself overspending, rather than you could have just saved money for yourself. From me, Chrissy, and from everything else, remember to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And we all grow. I grow. I love y'all, and I love you some more. Don't forget to tune in for another video.